What is up, my dude and dudettes, and welcome back to TellerTube. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the subreddit r/Maliciouscompliance. If you guys are new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. And with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Force me to take 2 weeks of unpaid time off? Have fun running the place without me. Okay, I used to work at this one coffee shop, my first chain coffee shop after working only at local or family-run ones. Simply put, it was hell. Owners would micromanage everything without knowing anything about how the business ran, never listened to their staff, and only cared about the money. Typical out-of-touch owners of a business. I was hired to replace a manager that had walked out of one of their locations, leaving it with only part-time staff. I was told I was being hired as the acting manager until they either hired someone else or they felt I would be a good fit for the position after my 6-month probation. I won't go into everything that went wrong because there's a lot, but to summarize, it was literal hell. I was expected to cover all no-shows, which had me working 90 to 100 hours a week. I wasn't allowed to fire anyone no matter how many things they did wrong. Someone actually showed up to work drunk and I still wasn't allowed to fire them. And any changes I wanted to implement were shot down, like replacing old parts in the espresso machine, shortening our hours to save money on labor, and bringing in items that customers would always ask for. I was stressed, overworked, and irritated as hell when the owner comes in to talk to me about sales for the store. We weren't making enough to warrant the hours I had scheduled, and he wasn't going to pay me any more overtime. I would only work the hours I'm scheduled, and if someone no-showed, I had to have someone else cover those shifts. I tried to explain to him that I only came in when no one else would cover. It just so happened the people he allowed to continue work here had terrible availability. Making the schedule was already hard enough. Getting someone other than myself to come in on their day off was next to impossible. On top of all that, I had to learn the ropes myself. There was no one to train me, so all the managerial knowledge, ordering, scheduling, I learned myself. No one other than me knew how to order coffee, had the numbers for the repair guys, anything other than making coffee and using the till. I was the only one that knew. He wasn't hearing any of it. The owner. All I'm hearing is excuses. This is your store. If you can't handle running it, I'll start looking for someone who will. Wasn't that the plan though? It's been 3 months since my probation period ended, and you never gave me the manager position, so I assumed you were looking for someone else to take over. I think it's in your best interest to take some time off. Start thinking about your position here and whether you actually want to start moving up. I had mentioned in the interview I was looking forward to working my way up in the business. I can't, there's no one to cover me. You're taking this time off. Is this a paid break? No, consider this a timeout for you to get yourself sorted. Take the 2 weeks to rest and we'll see what your position will be like when you get back. Owner, I can't really afford to take that amount of time off. I can't even take 2 days without having to come in and cover. Don't worry about the business right now, it'll run without you. Now, to put into perspective, I was basically the manager at that point. I made the schedules, I did the orders, I knew the codes to the safe and the alarm. I wasn't allowed to hire someone to assist me, and no one worked enough time to be able to cover even half my shifts. I knew this, the staff knew this, customers knew it. I made sure to block all work numbers and spent those 2 weeks looking for another job. I managed to find one after a few days that paid significantly more. I sent my resignation email to payroll and the owner, knowing he never checks it, deleted my account off the piece of crap system. Being a manager means I have access to it from home, and spent the rest of the leave catching up on well-deserved sleep, having blocked all work numbers. I'm not getting paid, so I'm not working. According to my coworkers, crap started going wrong the next day. One of the openers didn't show, and the next staff member didn't have keys. Owner wasn't answering his phone, so they left a message. Owner didn't show up until one of the regulars called asking if the place was closed down. He showed up 4 hours after they were supposed to open. Orders weren't done, inventory was missed, 4 no-shows, you name it, it went wrong. Owner tried every way he could to get a hold of me, even using a customer's phone to call me. Too bad I didn't answer any calls that weren't in my contacts already. After 2 weeks, I turn my phone back on and get a call the same day from the owner. We agree to meet the next day. The owner. So, you've had some time to think? Me. I have. It's really given me perspective on my position here. We can start you back on your normal hours for now, and we're looking for a manager to take on more of your responsibilities. Oh, that's good. I'm actually quitting. He was silent for a few minutes. I think he was waiting for me to tell him I was kidding. Sucks for you, buddy. I'm serious. Yeah, I've already emailed payroll and removed my login from the computer. Here are my keys. Good luck. And I left. Owner tried calling me a few times but stopped once I told him to check his email. I was on okay terms with some of the staff that worked there, and apparently a majority of them had quit after I had left. Owner did find a replacement pretty quickly, but without anyone to train them, owner didn't know anything about running the business. They were screwed from the get-go and left pretty soon after they were hired. My pettiness is always checking reviews from customers and employees, and they have consistently sucked for the past year and seem to be on a downward trend over the past year. Yikes. Well, boss, you kinda had it coming for you. You need to take a 2-week break, and I'm not paying you. Alright, chief, good luck running the store then. My boss scared off rude customers by literally taking a closer look. Okay, so I used to work at a store run by a woman named Irene. She would buy vintage and high-end items, repair them, and then sell them in the store. We didn't have multiple sizes of things, and the only bulk items we bought were little trinkets and soaps, sometimes jewelry. One day, when Irene had gone out to get more supplies, the reckless couple walked in. The wife, who looked like vegan cat vomit rolled in crystals and hemp, was on the wrong foot the moment she opened her mouth. Jerkina seemed to think we were her slaves, that she was queen of the world and everything had to be in her size. Her husband, Vernon, would grunt and repeat what he said in a more nasally aggressive voice. It was the longest 2 hours of my life. We had everything organized by size and did not have extras in the back. After explaining that to Jerkina for the 100th time, I was about to throw a purse at her head. This is not my size! Why don't you have my size? I told her to maybe look at a larger size rack because obviously she was not a 2, she was a 6. No, I am a 2, I've always been a 2. I was a 2 when I had my kids, I am a 2 now. Vernon repeated the same thing. No, she is a 2, a 2. A 2? Irene came in while the happy couple was shopping and asked what the problem was to me because I had that look. I explained the woman was being picky. Eventually the woman stormed up again with a pair of pants, demanding I read her the size. I told her the size, a 6, and she said, I am a 2, not a 6. Why do I fit into these? Irene ended up speaking with her. Those are a 6, if you fit into them, you are not a 2. Jerkina got silent, turned to her husband, and waved the pants around. Vernon said, Now listen here, I don't like the way you guys have been helping my wife. She asks questions and gets attitude. You should use your eyes and actually look at the tag and see if there is a problem. She wants to know the size, tell her the size. Irene agrees. Sure, I will take a closer look. She puts the pants on the counter, pops out her glass eye, and holds it close to the tag. Still a 6. I start laughing so hard I have to sit down. The couple sputtered, waved their hands around like blind birds, and stormed out. They left a huge mess I had to help clean up, but only after I spent 20 minutes laughing about it with Irene and the other cashier, Helen. Irene gave me money to get us all coffee. We closed early and cleaned up the store. Irene was the best boss I ever had. I was sad when I had to move for college. Oh my goodness. Irene is an absolute savage. But hey, you're the one who asked for a closer look. Force me to take my vacation time when I don't want to, and tell me to secure my station by freshening up my password before I go? Okay, boss. Okay, to start with, my boss had his moments. Sometimes he was a booger who would push off me on my raises or screw with the system. Sometimes he would hook me up and make my life pleasant. This was not one of the latter. So, I had plans for vacation, but my boss decided I had to take my vacation time in June instead of August because he wanted to take his vacation in August and no other time would work. I lost some money as a result, but that's my fault for planning ahead, I guess. Well, I'll start by saying my position was vital, and being gone for 2 weeks with nobody able to access my terminal was not ideal for the business. After forcing me to take my vacation early and losing a chunk of my deposits, he told me to change my passwords before I go for security reasons. Welp, that is exactly what I did. I didn't leave notes, it's a security system, I don't leave passwords laying around, I didn't leave anything for part-timers to work with. I did precisely as he demanded. And when I go on vacation, my work phone does not ever get turned on. I straight up left it at home. I told him on the way out the day before that if he has questions, ask him now. He said, I know what I'm doing. Apparently, while I was gone 2 weeks, his part-time techs ruined the server system, destroyed my work terminal, managed to screw up and lose several clients, got my account hard-locked, was easy to fix, and all around cost my boss about $100K in damages / profit loss. Most of these part-timer techs were fired for the amount of property damage they did. For the life of me, I can't figure out how they ruined so much tech while I wasn't around. I still don't know how he runs a business, but he stopped giving stupid requests like that. Oh, well, sorry boss, can't help ya. I'm on vacation. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button as it would really help me out. Subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with my latest videos, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.